Up to 33% off of your Smite gems now with our Nexus store using the description down below. This offer lasts until September 7th, so get your gems for the new Tier 5 Hades skin. When you click on the second thing.
I mean, that is kind of when you activate it.
Yeah. I'm vibing it out. Oh, if you stop auto attacking, it stops the. Oh, it's for 5 seconds. Oh. Okay. So the thing that you choose is for 5 seconds, is how long it lasts. Okay, good to know, good to know.
Oh yeah, first blood.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Okay, didn't hit it. Good damage. Didn't hit my 3, which does the cool leap thingy, right? That's where 3 charge damage, then it does arrow. It's 110% of your physical power. That's kind of cool in the shot. And then also can crit. Yeah, it can do. That's cool. It can crit. It can probably effects. That's pretty fun. I think we just wait and do the left camp, honestly. How far is it? That's a decent sized looking dash as well. Oh yeah, Baga's got a buff, didn't he?
Yeah, the burp does a little more damage.
Yeah, he's got a little bit. It's noticeable for sure. Her autos are pretty loud. They are. Yeah, no, you know what? Now that you mention it, her autos are pretty loud.
Ready for anything.
Like really loud compared to the rest of the game, for sure. Yeah, I didn't realize it until you said it, but like I feel like I'm screaming. Just turn down the game volume. Yeah, but if you turn down the game volume, you're turning down everybody else's sounds, and I'm not saying that sounds are 50% of Smite, but sounds are literally 50% of Smite. Memorizing sound effects is kind of the whole deal here. So what's the point of leveling her 1?
It does a little bit more bonus damage and stuff, but it's not as good as leveling the others.
Does it not show what it does? Am I fried?
You need to press the button once, and then you can press K.
Oh, like do you have to have the like ability activated?
Yes. Just like Tiamat ult.
That's annoying, actually. That's bad design decisions on the UI for sure.
I mean, that's also the Tiamat ult.
It was a bad design decision then. There is a Hoonbats here.
Mid is also gone.
Okay, I'm running.
Stealth is for cowards.
I tried to mess them off you. All right. I tried.
Just what I needed.
I tried. Alright, so what does leveling her other abilities do? You get a little bit of bonus damage on the 2. The 3 gives a lot of bonus damage. Right through the dome. Alright.
I appreciate it.
So the 1-1 is the lob, the 1-2 is the AoE auto, which I feel like is the least important. So I can look at it now. No, I can't. What? Am I fried? Am I fried? How do I? I'm so confused. 40 damage here, plus another 10 here. This one gives 20 damage. You can hit it, what, feasibly twice? Like twice. You're not really gonna hit it more than twice, but you could get 2. Does it do less damage if it hits more than 1? It doesn't, right? No, they just become mess if they're hitting more than once. Okay. Do you get cooldown on anything? Nope, you don't get any cooldown for leveling anything up. It looked like from a pure damage perspective, the 3 is probably the best, but depending on how much actual bonus damage you get from the 1-2, just the poke and the clear and all that kind of stuff. Did this hit the creeps? That does hit creeps. All right. All the things you gotta test on guys. Does my dash do damage to creeps? What does this do? What does that do? You know? What does this button do? I'm gonna use the 1-3 just for the sake of trying it. Okay, so it does a lot less damage, but the autos go faster. Cool. And then this is the ability you can start from that way, or you can start from this way, which is kind of cool. And then the 1, oh, I did 1-1 on accident. I'm gonna do 1-2 to try it. Okay. Yeah. Does her long auto go through minions? No, it does not.
Just what I needed.
This is like a little cone thing. This is horrible. Okay. Her 1-2 right off the bat, I can't see a super good reason to use that. The 1-1 is good clear. The 1-3 would definitely make for annoying poke, particularly later in the game, for sure. 1-2 seems basically useless. Her 3 seems like it could literally pop, lock, and drop you. Yeah, I guess in close range, the 1-2 depends on how much damage it does comparably. I can't see the stupid numbers. How do I? Is there a way to? Tommy, how am I supposed to see the stupid thing in game again?
You press the 1 once without fully activating it, and then you press K.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But strike. This should show me 1. She blobs a bolt in her area. These shots may be fired over walls. Okay, but how do I? Oh, here's the 2. Sender damage is 100%. Side damage 5 to 10%. Attack speed on her 3. Projectile speed 20% damage reduction. Okay, I mean that's barely any bonus damage. So leveling up her 1 is really not that crazy. It literally gives you a whopping 4 bonus damage on the. So like, I don't know if leveling her 1 is that. You only get 5% attack speed on the 3. You get a little bit of. I wouldn't level her 1. I wouldn't do it. It seems like 1 point is actually fine. Like, you know, that seems totally fine. Okay. Woo. Especially because eventually your AoE auto is just like clear, you know? And her ultimate is the big throwy throw of things.
An enemy has been
Okay.
slain. Trust you.
Nice try. Send them to the underworld.
No! No! Blah! It was nice knowing you.
Release me.
Blah! That throws out the big blade things. How did the blades work? You become CC immune, which is nice. You throw swords of light. You fire them out in a cone. Does damage and cripples. Okay, it also cripples. She can recall them, probably by hitting the ability again. If they're hit by both the initial fire and the recall, they become stunned, and then they do reduced damage. Just 80, 120 off the first one, and then 30% per sword reduction, up to 80% reduction. So realistically, you can hit them with like 3 swords. So you basically can get 2 times damage out of it. So it's kind of like 120. It's kind of like 240 probably, more reliably. Okay. Her clear isn't terrible. Her ulti does give you 20 damage on that. Man, she her abilities leveling up don't actually give that much, like, just like bonus damage, you know? Like some people, they have like an ability that you level up and it's like, wow, look at all that bonus damage. There's that little mess. Okay. I want to hit him with the sword dash combo. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. She does not hit very hard. To be honest. Does not hit very hard. Like the sword did an okay amount of damage. I did the dash thing. It came back to me at the dash. I guess maybe if I would have pressed the ulti to come back to me a little bit before I dashed, it might have come back and hit her a little more, but I still hit her a couple of times. Still hit her a couple of times. Yeah, right off the bat, some gods are super impressive, some are shit. I would say right off the bat doesn't super like, there's no, her late game, well, I mean, she's a hunter, so like late game is kind of what hunters do, but numbers right off the bat don't scream anything OP, you know? Maybe her scaling into the late game will be kind of nuts or something, but I guess theoretically it's probably better to level the 1 before the 2. She'll probably end up being a 4-3-1-2 god. Maybe the double procking on the 2 ends up being enough burst to make it viable to level it up earlier, you know? What's up, Boost? How are you doing? Rampage!
Shut down!
Yeah, the passive is when you get below your HP threshold and you hit somebody, then they become your like target and you smack them, you go whack, 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 and you get your attack speed, but... Being able to like auto attack through minions is pretty nice. Like that's a good combo. That's strong. I would say being able to auto attack through minions is nice for sure. By through minions, I mean I guess technically over minions. I feel like that combo right there that we just did, the ulti into her 3 is that's her like baseline combo, you know? That's basically her baseline combo. You ulti, you cripple them, you dash them, and then you pull all your swords back and all of your swords kind of hit them, you know? Honestly, just for funsies, I'm gonna grab a 3rd item, Griffin Wing. This is not gonna be, I mean, I guess it's not that expensive of an item, but they buffed the Griffin Wing. It doesn't have any, you know, negative on it anymore, so I'm just gonna kind of grab it and test it with all of our autos and stuff. It's also a fairly cheap item, like 2,200. It's not, I mean, I guess it's the same price as Executioner, and Executioner is objectively one of the best items in the game. Yeah, I mean, I am super not impressed with the 1-2. I'm super not impressed.
Just what I needed.
For that camp, like the 1-1 is nice. The one thing about her ultimate is her ultimate has a pretty big delay on it. But now that her jump is down, now this is when I go for that combo, and that's what makes Ishtar sick. So Ishtar is gonna be all about baiting out movement abilities with your 2 because they don't want to get mezed, right? So you want to bait out a movement ability with the mez. The mez lasts for what, 0.75 seconds? If you can hit the mez, then you're gonna follow up with the ulti because the ulti has about a ½ casting time on it, and it is super easily dodgeable. Like if you just cast her ultimate and you're watching her do it, it's a long animation, you can just straight up avoid it. So you're gonna need to hit the mez beforehand, and then they either are forced to beads out the cripple so that they can get away, or they're gonna get hit by the full ultimate 3 combo, which seems to be where she thrives. It's that ulti pop, the pop combo right there. Woo! Hi, buddy.
A new weapon.
Does this make my lob faster? That feels faster, right? Does that feel faster because my attack speed is faster, or does it feel like the projectile on the explodey is also going faster? I feel like it feels like both, right? Feels like both, I feel like. Yeah, okay. And if we do the 1-3. I mean, that's a pretty fast auto. That's a pretty fast auto right there. So here's the combo you would be trying to do. Let's see if we can clear these things first. Yeah, that's way faster. That's way faster for sure. Her kit's fun, by the way. Her kit's fun. It didn't scream OP in the early game or anything, and it's still not screaming OP or anything, but it is fun. I think it's well designed. Like the kit feels cool. Feels fairly unique. It's aesthetically pleasing. The sound effects, I could deal with their audio being tuned down on the client side or whatever by like a solid 50%. I know they did some like new audio tech on her stuff, but genuinely I feel like they should be turned down because it's way louder than everything else that I'm doing, and it's very annoying. And I can't turn down everything else because audio effects are too important to Smite. So I would like to see her audio just in game straight up turned down on their side. That's not what I meant to do, but okay. That was my bad. That was a fat finger.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm dead, but got the Arthur. Okay. Funny enough, Griffin Wing is kind of fun. Without the damage reduction on it, I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't necessarily think it's meta or anything, but it's cool. It's cool. She does seem to have a, as far as hunters go, her 1v1 does seem pretty strong, yes. She can proc effects here. Attack speed seems to be important on her. She could also go a crit route. I'm not gonna do a crit path this game. I'm just gonna get like Exy Kins. Just gonna go kind of a more standard power, attack speed, consistent damage build, you know? Just see how that goes. Who would you say is the best 1v1 for hunters? Her. Her and Uller are the two kind of premier 1v1 hunters, I would say. Although with her baseline kit, she has CC immunity, she has movement, she's got burst. She may be able to find her way up into that threshold, but like it's the first game that I played her and I'm, you know, still reading her abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm never gonna make it all the way to that. Oh, we forced the beads. Got some good stuff off of that. It's nice damage. Oh! I went for it. They are trying to go for it. That dash is a decent distance. That is a respectable dash distance on her. It's also pretty quick. Yeah, it is. That's a cool. The 1-3 with the Griffin Wing is actually pretty cool. You get the minus damage because of the, you know, the built-in effect of the 1-3, but in terms of just like how fast you're auto-attacking, it's pretty nifty. What's up, Edward?
I'll do anything.
We'll get Ferocious
for power.
Executioner. There we go. How much potential attack speed can you get from her passive?
Another
A
patron
max
has
of 20% attack speed and 20% movement speed. Mm-hmm. All right. 20-second cooldown. What's up, Skylar? How are you? This god was also designed by Lermy.
Ready for anything.
I will say, right off the bat, I'm having way more fun playing this god than the Jade Emperor. For me, this is a much better god design. I personally just don't like the Jade Emperor. I just don't feel like he's fun to play. But this god design, I like a lot more. I would say that. I think Lermy designed Jade in this one. I think she had her hand in designing other gods, but I think those two were like the ones that she was in charge of. So I would say that I like this style of design a lot better. Feels a lot more fluid, a lot more combo-y. I like the concept of being able to do like, okay, this will set up this ability, which sets up that ability, which sets up my wombo brat, you know? Like, that's a fun, that feels good.
Ready for anything.
freedom! An ally has been slain. Rampage!
And then to the underworld.
Yep. Okay. He's getting smarter about it. He's getting smarter. He preemptively beats it so he could just leave before the burst ever went off. You know? Very nice, very nice. What's up, Stout? This is going to be an opportunity where we can actually test the 1-2. 1-2. So the 1-2 is really good at the PvE objective. That's kind of the thing that I thought it would be good at. Against an objective like the Gold Fury, the Pyro, the Fire Giant, something that's just like standing still, particularly in the late stage of the game, that has a very nice effect on it. Very nice effect. Maybe in the ultra late game too, if you're being dove by like a melee character. Like, it gave me a little bit more damage right there, but I don't actually know if the bonus damage that I got from that was really that effective, more so than just like the regular kind of autos. I mean, I guess theoretically it's just more damage on your auto, period. It's almost like a Rama one, because your 1-1 is the same damage, just AoE and less crit. The 1-3 is literally less damage, just more attack speed. And so the 1-2, I guess, if you have nothing else, if you have no other reason, to use the 1-1 to like get over or through creeps, or you're trying to like outrange them, I guess the 1-2 is kind of your default anyway, because like even if it's 10% more damage, 10% more damage is 10% more damage, right? I kind of just want the kittens right off the bat here. You know what I could do for funsies too? I'm gonna sell Death Toll.
A new weapon.
I'm gonna sell
for
Death
me.
Toll, and instead I'm gonna grab a late game Silver Branch and just see if we get, because this is a pretty attack speed focused build. Everything except for Transcendence is giving some form of attack speed. So I'll grab the Silver Branch on her and just see if that combined with a passive is at all worth it. Got myself over this Pyro. I do think that her objective strat seems pretty solid though with that. Yeah, the objective strat is nice on her. Can her 1-2 crit? Her 1-1 does less crit damage. I think the center auto can still crit, right? she could be one of the better objective burners in the game if you build crit as well. So you get the crit on that, plus you get the bonus damage on the side ones. The side ones can't crit, but the center one can. Yeah. You could do. She could have some. I mean, she already has crazy objective burns like that, you know. Does this hit towers? No. Okay. Doesn't look like any of her ones will probably hit towers. Okay.
Right enemy tower.
Oh, the side ones can crit. Interesting. That makes her even more enticing with the crit, you know? Oh my goodness. Yeah, her late game, I mean, she's a hunter, so like I guess her late game is supposed to be better than early game, but the Griffin wing on that ability is really fun. I just missed a mez target with my dash and I don't want to talk about it.
Middle enemy tower. Your team has destroyed
Yeah.
the middle enemy Phoenix.
Okay. And it says only the center arrow triggers basic item effects. So they should not crit. I don't think. Crit is not an on-hit effect. Crit is a stat, not an effect. I see what you're saying. I highly disagree with the wording of that, but I get what you're saying in Smite. I get what you're saying. You're right, for sure. Crit is definitely not considered an on-hit effect. I actually hate that. That's the way that that's worded, because that's really, really badly worded. But I actually get what you're saying. They definitely can crit. You're right, for sure. For sure. Yeah, that is,
I'll do
that needs to be
anything
reworded
for
somehow,
power.
for sure. For sure.
An enemy has been slain.
So theoretically, with the silver branch, it also benefits you 1-3, because if I pop my 1-3, I get attack speed.
Needed.
So now my 1-3 is giving me an extra bonus 40 power, which is something. Kind of makes up a little bit for the minus damage that it has, which is interesting. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of potential damage. Yeah, she felt decent, man. She felt decent. Definitely felt like there were some combos that I could practice and get better at, which is nice. She was for sure not crazy straightforward. Not crazy straightforward. A little bit more on the complicated side. A little bit more on the complicated side in terms of like her gameplay aspects. Early game felt pretty hard. I think because her... Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a Twitchin' day, y'all.